So the industry's not healthy. Shit is getting real, you know? We got no liquidity. A lot of people are sad. Twitter is just a nuclear dumpster fire. Sentiments at an all-time low. And that's okay because the thing is that despite the fact that the micro looks bad, the macro is just saying we need to have a new paradigm, a new vision, new narrative.
All right, guys, I already know you're thinking a video telling me not to sell my crypto, stick around a little bit longer, the bull run's coming, everything will be great. Well, I am going to tell you, not financial advice, not to sell your crypto. But I'm going to be real with you guys. I don't think the bull run's coming anytime soon. I've seen a lot of people drop off. Social engagement is really bad. People are giving up. Views are down, not just for me, but from a lot of other YouTubers. Commissions and people that are getting paid, from doing what they do are at all-time lows, guys. Google Trends, all-time lows. You hop on X, all you see is doom and gloom. Everything's going to zero. Jeffrey Epstein, all this kind of stuff. Jeffrey Epstein created crypto. La 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 la. It's over. It's never coming back. Well, guys, look, I'm going to give you guys a quick video today. I'm not going to go on too long about a lot of stuff that we're all hearing from everybody else. We're going to cover a few coins, cover a little bit of news. Before I do all that, I'm going to give you guys a little pep talk real quick. I see a lot of people in the Discords. I see a lot of people in social engagements, guys, that are just really in the dumps. And I get it, guys. Look, since October, it's just been cascading down. But we can even argue, guys, since Trump's took in office, that if you kind of look at the charts, I think the bear market started sometime around there when he took office. We've had a lot of black swan events. We've had a lot of things that were curveballs thrown our way. But I do think, guys, that look, sometime in 2026, sometime in 2027, we will see something. And I'm not trying to move the goalposts, guys. I'm not one of those kind of guys. I try to be honest and transparent about everything as possible as I can be. But look, let's just be real. Nobody knows what's going to happen. You're a YouTuber, me, nobody knows what's going to happen. Unless you're part of the Illuminati or you're part of the secret society that runs the world. We're just following the trend. One thing that I do know, guys, is that everything will be okay. And I know that sounds so cliche, but I really do believe that because you know what? At the end of the day, if you really don't believe in crypto, then why are you here? I think a lot of people are here to change their lives financially. I know I am. It's not been easy, but I do think that a lot of times when things don't go our way, it has to do with two things. Either emotion or patience. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Patience is something really that I lack at. And maybe that might have to do with something that I need to deal with spiritually. And I've been doing my part. I've been trying to get closer with God. I've been trying to walk better with Christ. That has not been easy either. I've had a lot of stumbles. Lord knows that. But things are not easy in life, guys. You have to understand that. I've met a lot of you guys through my time in the Discord. I've seen a lot of people tell me that they're new to crypto and all of a sudden you guys expect to get rich. It doesn't happen that way. I've been in the cycle for a very long time. I've seen multiple crashes. I've sat at dinner tables and lost 4 or 5 figures just by eating a meal and looking at my phone, and then boom, next thing you know, crash. It sucks. But I've also seen cryptocurrencies do 200x's. I've had a few that have done 20x's, 30x's, 100x's. I've made some great money. But I've also lost some too. Nobody gets it right. And I just think that at the end of the day, guys, look, how can you ever see anything through if you don't have patience? Now, I think crypto's a lot bigger than, a political party. I think that, even though, yes, we're seeing a lot of adversity with Coinbase and the banks and all these different politicians that have their hands in the cookie jar, certain cryptocurrencies will be here a long time more than these guys. Stick to cryptocurrencies that are still building. Stick with communities that are still trying to strive for the greatness of being on top. Don't overlook small channels. And don't overlook people that don't like to edit their videos, that wear glasses and Ed Hardy shirts. Look, things will eventually fall in place. Fix your head, fix your thoughts, and surround yourself with positive people. Because look, at the end of the day, it's really just that simple. I think a lot of times, guys, that people are looking for the answers in charts, which I do believe that a lot of times the charts will always tell you the bigger story. But I think the main problem is, guys, is that patience. People are not letting the plays execute. Okay? So I do want to cover some crypto news today. I want to cover some cryptocurrencies that I'm looking at right now. Of course, we always got to start off with Bitcoin. I wish you guys nothing but the best in your journey with crypto. But some of you guys really got to tap in because that's the only way you're going to make it. Okay? With that being said, let's get into this. All right, so as always, guys, we got to cover Bitcoin first, okay? Bitcoin is the daddy. It's the Mac daddy, the top dog, G-dog, top G of all cryptocurrencies, okay? If Bitcoin goes down, altcoins go down even more. Okay, so right now, the level that I'm watching is 65,707.25. Okay, I'm sorry. Typo. 65,772. Sorry. All right, so we've been pretty much ping-ponging in this area. If we lose this level, if you guys know how to short, I'd probably be looking at a short at that level, maybe somewhere between 63 to 62,000. If we go back to this 60,000, looking for a bounce, that would show us that there's high conviction here at this 60K. We can probably confirm a bottom there. If we start breaking below, closing daily candles below that 60K, we're in deep crap. Okay. Now, this 72,000 is obviously a point of resistance here. We've had a few touches, rejections. That's a little concerning, okay? But we just got to kind of keep in prayer. Hopefully that, God will push the crypto up here to this next level of resistance up here at 76K, and the next level at 78K, okay? But for right now, like I said, we're just in Jesus take the wheel mode. So we're ping-ponging in this area. Watch that level, okay? We break below. I'd probably be looking for a short. If you guys are looking for an exchange to use, you guys already know we are Team BitNewX over here. Great exchange. Recommend you check it out. Next is Ethereum. Shout out to my boy Vitalik Buterin, dumping all his ETH on us. I got this level right now at 1,835. Okay, that's where I have open interest at. I was scooping up here at 1,900, kind of holding out for the rest of the levels of 1,600, 1,400. That's still the area that I'm looking to buy. Tom Lee's been loading up right here around this 2,000, and the price just keeps going down. Look, guys, these big ballers, shot callers, they don't control the market, okay? Remember, like I said, if we're in a bear market, we're in the bear market. All this good news that we got coming out, it's not pushing the price up. So remember, that just kind of confirms that, that we are in a bear market. Remember, I was probably one of the first people that was talking about it, and then now we got, YouTubers that are just packing up, making, Candace Owens videos now. So like I said, at the end of the day, we've been pretty much kind of following suit. We lost that 102 and we've been in bear ever since. Now what we're trying to do is find a bottom. I do believe that, we potentially will see a bottom between that 58K, 54K zone. I'm hoping the bottom is in. Again, keyword hoping, meaning I don't know. Okay. But if we go down to that 54, 58K, that's where you will see that 1,400, 1,600 ETH. So it's good to have those buy orders down here. $800, $1,000 ETH. My personal opinion, not happening. I do want to cover some cryptocurrencies that are a little bit more higher risk. I'll hit XRP first, and then I'll give you guys the juice on these other ones, okay? XRP, pretty much the same thing like Bitcoin. It's stuck in this ping pong zone. I've told my Discord the levels that I'm looking at. I'll give you guys a little bit of free juju here that are not inside the Discord. But if you're not, you better get your butt in there, because I'm not going to be giving out no more sauce to these guys that don't want to, they don't want, to tap in. So right now, again, guys, look. Oh, Lord. Let me fix my line right here. My bad. All right. So again, 77 cents, $1.07 is what I'm really watching for with XRP. Same thing, just ping-ponging up in here. We've had multiple touch points around here at this 145. Same thing, trending down. I'm watching this level of 135. We break 135, suggests maybe entering a short, okay? Again, if you don't know what you're doing, please don't short. Please don't long anything if you don't know what you're doing. If you do, or if you need some help, remember we are live in the KGU once a week, trading, doing educational lives. make sure you're using the links below or hit me up in the Discord. Or you can, go through the descriptions and figure out how to join, any other group that is offering these services. But, like I said, we do trade. But personally, guys, like again, I like XRP, but I'm not just going to be buying here at this level. If I think I can get a better deal, like, that 5 and below deal, we'll be scooping up XRP at that level below. All right. So these are the really dirty, nasty gas station toilet seat coins that are in price discovery to the downside. We're talking about Say. Now, Say has been really naughty, not acting too good. Sitting about around 7 cents. We dipped down here around 6.663, not a good number. Remember, this coin was in talks with potential stable coin with a few states here. So, it could go down. It could, completely die off. But I still believe that this coin can make a comeback. Okay, remember, I have to keep telling this story over and over and over again, guys. Binance went down 90%, end up hitting new all-time high this year. So again, these coins can come back. Okay, so this is why you're not dropping 20, 30,000 in this coin, but maybe take a few nibbles, $400 or $500, and then if we go down, DCA slowly, position yourself, and then we get a bull market, these coins come back, you do a 15, 20, 30x, then you can thank me later. Remember, people that bought XCN 18 months ago, they made a 35x. So you bought something 18 months ago, you made a 35x. You made a 3,500% return. That is unheard of. But these people they practice patience. And a lot of people don't have that. Some people don't even want to wait 3 months. They join a Discord or they join something and they just want to start seeing gains automatically. And this is just separates losers and winners. Now, I'm not calling you a loser, but, at the end of the day, you got to answer that question. If you want to see this through, then you're a winner. If you want to give up, then you're facing defeat. Okay. So don't be that person. Okay. Real quick. It's kind of hard to TA this a little bit because it's in price discovery to the downside. So just keep that level on your radar. That last week that we had here at 6 cents. Okay. We'll give out 2 more coins and then we're going to move on to some quick crypto news and we're going to let you guys go. We're going to try to keep this video under 15 minutes because I know people ain't trying to watch videos too long these days. All right, so Aerodrome was at 27 cents a few hours ago. Okay, now it's sitting at around almost 30 cents. Guys, this thing went to $2. Now, I think that maybe we might not hit an all-time high, but remember, Coinbase is having a little bit of trouble. Banks are going after Coinbase really bad. So this will obviously seep into Base network and stuff like that. So these banks are mad at Coinbase. Coinbase is ruffling them up. They're doing whatever they can to ruffle stuff up. But just remember, guys, Coinbase is the big daddy. It's running crypto as far as the spearheading for us in the crypto sector. And as long as Coinbase stays up, they're going to be pushing Base. And like I said, if you're looking at Base as far as projects, Aerodrome's number 1. Okay, so as far as where we could go if we go into a full-fledged bear market, 10 to 15 cents is my guess. But right now, I think this is a perfect opportunity to start positioning yourself with a bag of Aerodrome. Okay, so please, not financial advice. Keep it on your radar. Okay, one more token because I'm not going to be giving you guys too much free juju here. Okay, next one is Sue. All right, we came back down here to 78 cents. This was around, 6 days ago. If you scooped up there, man, you should pat yourself on the back. I think you got a great position. Now, we come back down here around 50 cents if we hit, some turmoil. But I think anywhere between that, 80 cents to 50 cents is going to be your great buy. Position yourself now, maybe a few buys. I've been DCing a lot. I've been loading up. I have a pretty good bag of Sui. I think this bad boy will come back. But remember, guys, this is going to take some time. This isn't going to be a month or 2. This is going to be a few months. And I think that Sui will come back, okay? Real quick, I just want to show you guys some stuff real quick to give you guys some hopium and show you that, the markets look like they're poised to come back sometime soon. Then we'll kill it off and we'll talk to you guys next time. All right, so look. BlackRock just bought some Uniswap. They're integrating DeFi trading for their site. bullish news. It went up 40%. Not too big of a pump for BlackRock buying, but it shows you guys that DeFi is going to be something that's going to have a lot of interest. Remember, Aerodrome is in DeFi, so stick to the narratives, guys. I think DeFi is going to be a big one. You know, sports betting and stuff like that. These are all things that will happen eventually in the future. The markets are forward thinking. Remember, forward thinking. You don't want to be talking about and in stuff that's just happening right now. You want to be thinking long run, okay? So I think that, you know, Uniswap and all this DeFi banking is going to be very huge in the future. 2.6 trillion Citibank built on Solana. So Citibank and Solana look like they are doing some potential partnerships, you know, but I guess crypto's going to zero though. A lot of people are pushing this on X, you know, and a lot of people that I'm seeing on YouTube that, you know, altcoins are going to go to zero. I don't think so. Okay. And then you got Binance buying another 4,500 worth of Bitcoin. You know, Chainlink and Ondo had another partnership. You know, a lot of stuff's happening, guys. Things are happening behind the scenes. I get it, man. The price is not reflecting off of current price, you know. But look, let's touch base in 6 months and let's see where we're at. Okay. Short video today, guys, just to kind of keep you guys up to date with me. If you guys are, you know, losing hope, if you guys find yourself, you know, in doubt, I just encourage you guys to always use the coin phrase that we have in crypto. Look up your chart and zoom out. You guys stay blessed. Please leave some comments below. Remember, hit that hype button. Help me get to 2,000 subs by summertime. I got some goals here, man. I need you guys' help. Please make sure you guys tap in. Say what's up to me. We got Valentine's Day approaching up. Make sure you guys are taking care of your significant others. You guys find yourself stressed out, give it a break. You know, touch some grass. You know, go exercise or something like that. Play some video games. The markets will be right here waiting for you when you come back. But just don't take too much time. Joe Man Crypto's out like a scout.